Mitch Carson was also a presenter here to the Rotary Club of Grand Bahama.
Videos that will make you master speaking and grow your personal brand.
Looking up from her eyeglasses at you. That's as though it's the demeaning teacher or your mother when she caught you with your hand in the cookie jar. And then the last one is an arrogant pose, hands on her hips, looking at you with almost a perceived smirk. So these are negative postures. You know, remember Mitt with his hand in the pocket? You add these three, these are no-nos. And look at this guy here. His arms are crossed. He's turned to the side. His head is jutting forward, and his lips are pursed, and he's looking down at you. None of these negatives are smiling. Remember, the smile opens doors. That's why we have dentists. Go to one. Now I'm going to show you the positive postures that embrace and connect to the audience. Look at her fingers. They're open, they're wide. She's exposing herself to vulnerability, connection to the audience. This is what works. She's connecting. Her body is facing them, not off to the side. Arms are not crossed. And I suspect she's smiling. So I wanted to show you this particular angle. This fellow named Darren Tay, I met. He was the world champion of public speaking, I think 6-7 years ago, out of Singapore. The first time that they had a world champion in the Toastmasters arena. Dave, do you have Toastmasters there in the Bahamas?
Yes. It's here. Yep.
Okay. Well, Darren Tay was a lawyer who got into teaching youth public speaking. I met the young man, excellent human being, fantastic speaker, but look at his emotion. Look at his fingers are open, and he's emphasizing a point. He's showing proof that he has teeth, and his eyes are wide open. Wide open eyes, clear, approachable, friendly. He's one of the most friendly people on and off the platform that I've met in my life. Here's another world champion of public speaking. I chose these because they had good, they go through, the Toastmasters trains people to present, in a 7-minute format, and that's a good starting block. It doesn't train you to be a pro. It trains you to get over fear, get rid of your ums, ahs, right, when people say that, or when they speak, all of those verbal faux pas. But look at her hands. They're open as opposed to crossed across her chest. And this was her world championship speech that she gave. 7 minutes. This lady was out of America, and she also was a world champ in the Toastmasters arena. Just wanted to show that. So here is, okay, so let me go back to interactivity. All right. I think this separates the pros from the teachers, pros from amateurs, and unless you absolutely have to stand behind a podium for reasons that you're connected to the technology or your mic doesn't leave, don't do it. Look at this man here. His name is Les Brown. He's an old friend of mine. I've shared the stage with him many times. Popular American speaker. I've brought him overseas to my events. He's always out. He's not behind the podium. I think Les would never do that. I've never had the conversation with him because pros don't use podiums. Write that down. Pros don't use podiums. This is one of my presentations in Kuala Lumpur 8 years ago. Large crowd, 1,200 people in the audience. I don't stand on the stage. I get introduced on the stage, and then what do? I leave it. I want to be out with the people, touching them, shaking their hands, because if you shake the hand of a participant in the room, guess who you're shaking hands with? Everyone in the room. Shake hands, touch. In this case, I can't touch the ladies because it's a Muslim country and women are on one side, men are on the other. So I shook hands with women. No, I did not. I had to learn the culture. If I did that, I might have been in big trouble. But what I did do was shake hands with their husbands who were on the other side. I didn't scratch their beards. No, I didn't do that. But I shake their hands or maybe lightly touch them on the shoulder. I interacted with the attendees, the participants, because then I became connected. It's a way of connecting. I haven't used a podium in 25 plus years until I had a wake-up call and realized, what does a podium do? It separates you from the crowd. You've got a barrier because you've created this nonverbal barrier between you and your attendees. There are very few exceptions. If you are in a large arena, or if you are the prime minister of the Bahamas or the president of a country, you need a podium because it's got bulletproof glass protecting you. Different argument. I doubt your prime minister can go out and walk around the crowd. His security detail or her security detail would be up in arms. In this case, though, the mic is stuck to the podium. She may not have the ability. If you have the ability and freedom to have a handheld mic or a lavalier or a headset to walk the crowd, do so. You will be perceived as an expert. You will be perceived as friendly. You will be perceived as approachable. And I guarantee you, your evaluations will be significantly better than if you stand behind a boring podium. Just say no. Just say no. Don't use it. Now I'm opening up because I know I'm on a strict time, Dave. I do respect times always. That would be my bonus tip. Never go over. If anything, go under, because then you will allow yourself time for Q&A. And that's what I'm going to do now. I would love to invite any questions that people might have, and then we can continue from there. And it's been my pleasure today. Thank you for your participation and being here. And I'd love to open it up for some questions. Dave?
Mitch, what to do is stop the share so we can see you. You're just a tiny little figure here. Let me just get you here.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now we can see you.
Okay.
That's Mitch.
Questions?
And I look very good blurred.
So, Mitch, my question to you is, I think we have a question. We don't have a question. Go ahead. Oh, no, you do it. Go ahead.
What would you say is the easiest way to perhaps break into the international speaking market as opposed to just speaking locally?
Did you hear that, Mitch?
Yes, I did. And that's a great question because I get that from Americans all the time. And I have a bunch of American mentees who want to speak internationally. And I said, I might know a place where you can go that's about a 23-minute flight from the Florida coast. And that's called Grand Bahama Island and the people of Freeport. So I've got some international speakers coming to you. The other way around is, who'd like to speak in that country called the United States of America? Anybody? I can't see who it was that asked the question, Dave.
Yes.
Yeah, I would, let me just say, it is very sexy to have a foreign speaker on a topic. Let's just say if someone wanted to talk about weight loss, which is an evergreen category. Everybody's interested in weight loss around the world, and they will be for decades to come, especially with sugar in our diets. So the topic of weight loss, the Bahamian weight loss method as an example, is sexy. It's different. It's island. It's a foreign topic. Most Rotaries, because this is the Rotary Club, would invite you to come over to the United States of America. They might invite you to Jamaica, where Rotary clubs exist. You just have to reach out to what is comfortable and unique. If you want to make money as a speaker, that's a different question. But if you want to add the international speaker badge to your resume, to your CV, I'm known internationally, I've spoken in X countries, that adds credibility to you, big time. And if you can get published in a newspaper, get on the radio in another country, adds credibility. I mean, the easiest way is to reach out to what is comfortable. Since you're all Rotarians, I would find it easy to book one of you if I were a Rotary captain. Aren't they captains or presidents, Dave, in the Rotary? As one of the elected leaders. I guess it's you guys are term based as in your leadership roles, but to reach out to whomever books the speakers or experts, I don't think you would have any difficulty using that platform to begin with. But there's something very sexy, unique, special about being international. And if you are a non-local expert and you want to reach out to another area, it's great. Years ago, I was a stockbroker for a company called Merrill Lynch, which was an investment banking company. I did this 35 years ago as a Wall Street broker. I did not solicit business in my local markets. I was the out-of-town expert when I would go and present to a group of retirees. It gave me cachet, it gave me prestige, and that's what launched the idea of being the out-of-town expert. Now, if you're the out-of-country expert, wow, cachet, unique, different, and it will open doors for you simply being foreign, being different. Having a different color suit on makes you distinctive in a different market. And I used it within the United States. I simply went after the Arizona market when I was living in Los Angeles. I would fly there and do presentations, and people would come to see the LA expert. Now, did I have any more knowledge than somebody from Phoenix, Arizona, who was working at the Merrill Lynch office in Phoenix? Absolutely not. I probably knew less. I was just willing to travel, and I knew the game of being an out-of-town expert. And if you are out of country, it will open doors for you.
Thank you, Mr. Carson. That was excellent.
Please call me Mitch. If you call me Mr., I have to turn around and look for my dad.
Thank you, Mitch.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? So Mitch, my question is to do with how you incorporate Chat GPT. For some, not many raised their hands when you put up the Chat GPT. If you could just elaborate just a little bit on that and some of the things that people can do in various different categories, because sometimes people are religious, sometimes they have a variety of different topics that they deal with. So if you can just highlight a little bit of that, that'd be good.
Absolutely. Well, ChatGPT came out in November of last year, and it has changed our world. It was the first of many AI tools and apps that came out. What it will do for you is, imagine you're a beauty salon owner. Just as an example, I'll pick one because I met a beauty salon owner when we produced our first social media conference, Dave. I remember we walked into that lady. And if she wanted to create an outreach campaign for a season, let's just say 6 months of email unique campaigns to send to her clients once a week. So that would be 26 emails. That's half a year. For most people to sit down and knock out 26 emails that are both interesting, cause curiosity to get open, read, and responded to is not an easy task unless you are a trained copywriter. And that is difficult even for the trained copywriter. That's why they're paid big bucks, because you got to make it very interesting. Now, today, because of ChatGPT, most copywriters that I know have taken a big sigh of relief, because now the salon owner, Mrs. Smith, that owns a salon over near the downtown area, can use ChatGPT, forget about hiring the copywriter for big bucks, and input and give ChatGPT a prompt, write 26 compelling emails, which will get read, get opened, get read, and responded to by the readers, by my email list clients, and create this as though you are a world-class copywriter, and you can drop in some of the names of the big copywriters. Now, I work in the world of copy, so I know their names. But if you were to drop in these names of people, whoever are famous or act as a world-class marketer, you're commanding this robot to produce these emails. And what it'll do in less than 90 seconds, it'll write out 26 perfect or near perfect emails that would normally take you hours, if not days, to produce. So within 90 seconds, you will have a month of your, or 6 months of your outreach emails written for you. And everybody in this room is capable of 2 commands. It's called copy and paste. Who can say that with me? Copy and paste. Copy, paste. Taking those emails and sending it out. That's example number 1. Let's say you are to provide a presentation to your Rotary Club, the International Rotary Club, where you just got booked. Because I don't see the lady because it's a very poor vision, but there was one woman that wanted to speak outside of the local area. So if you want to go and present to the Rotary Club in Orlando, as an example, which is an easy flight for you guys, even though your airport is very overpriced, but if you were to fly to Orlando and wanted to present to them, and they said, well, can you give us a synopsis of your presentation? What are you going to cover while you're here? Our group is interested in AI and how they can use it to improve their fundraising activities. And you're going to answer with the following 2 words: no problem. Because you're going to open up AI, you're going to open up ChatGPT, which is free. Who loves that word? In my English, it's the most favorite and overused word in the world. It's called free. Free. You're going to open it up and then input that command that I gave you, just as they requested, and you'll say, I'll give me a few minutes and I'll send it over to you. Your presentation outline is sent to them quickly. Create a presentation around AI, which will be compelling, well received. I will get stellar reviews of 5 stars and get invited back as a presenter for the biggest Rotary Club in Orlando, Florida. Put this together, put 10 points together, create 10 points as though I am a world-class presenter. I am the Les Brown of presentations, and I want to be received just like Les. Many of you might know Les, the man I showed the picture of earlier. And if you put that command, remember you're talking to a robot, and that robot talks back to you. This Android robot talks back to you. It has no pronoun. It's just a robot. It will then give you this outline of a presentation, which you send to the person that requested it in 10 minutes or less. You've done something. And who likes fast action people? Fast action people who are submitting their information for consideration. If you do this quickly and you perform the following function of copy, paste, you send that email with your presentation outline to them, because their job, because they're busy, these Rotarians, as you know, they might have jobs, not just being involved in Rotary. And if you send them something that's compelling and excellent, and it's scratched the necessary itch, just think about how you're going to be booking your flight to Orlando quickly, which is paid for by them. So you can get that international experience quickly. That's how you can use AI.
Great. Any other questions? It's like that's
Don't try, because I'm not.
it. Dynamic presentation, Mitch. What do you guys think? Okay, Emric, you're on. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, you can't forget me, man. How you doing? Listen, good morning.
Dress up
Good
winner.
morning, Mitch.
Hi, Emric.
Yeah, good morning. Morning, Mitch. I'm like Donovan. Me and Donovan, we love winters. And the weather's somewhat down where I am. But Mitch, I just wanted to commend you for an excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Which includes the do's and don'ts of public speaking. I just need to find out from you. I don't think I heard you mention it in your presentation. What is your take on the speaker walking through the audience? I've developed over the years this habit where there isn't a stage. Whenever I'm introduced and I start speaking, my speaking is done walking through the audience. Yeah, I find that I'm much more comfortable walking through the audience. Whatever, if there are several aisles, I will walk down every aisle during the entire presentation. So I just wanted to find out from you, what is your take on what's your take on that?
Did you watch my entire presentation?
I think I missed part of it. I just briefly though.
Thank you for being honest. I made the very exact same claim that you did. I don't stand on a stage if I can help it. If I'm being recorded and the cameraman can't move, then I got to stay on the stage reluctantly. I work the audience, go out and touch them, shake their hands, because when you shake the hands of the audience, you are shaking the hands of everybody.
Yeah, okay.
So I am in total agreement, and I made that statement when it's called the interaction component. Yes, you want to interact, and just say no to a podium.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So good job, Emmerich.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. I'd now like to invite our past president, Christine, with the vote of thanks.
You can turn the light on, right? So Christine, you can stand so he can see you.
Okay, I can see you.
What's
I couldn't peace today. So let's mention because I can't see him.
Okay, he can see you right now.
He can see me?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning, Mitch. I want to thank you and I want to show you how much I've learned from you.
Good morning.
I'm not going to point at
I can't hear. The Wi-Fi is out. Emmerich, can you hear?
No, I can't either.
Hold a minute, guys. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Mute Emmerich. Emmerich, mute for us, please.
Okay.
Dave, I couldn't hear the gentleman.
Okay, no, you've got, it's not a gentleman, it's a beautiful lady who's right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. Okay, my eyes are bad. Did I tell you I'm blind? Okay. That's a woman. That's a woman for sure. Sorry.
She's incorporating everything that you taught. Okay, she's walking.
Okay, well, that's great.
People, okay?
And Dave, and I was so wrong. That is absolutely 100% a woman now that I see. Okay, I'm sorry. That is absolutely a woman, Emmerich. You know.
We appreciate and we cannot thank you enough for taking the time out to be with us and to teach us about body language. And I like I said earlier, I have learned, and I'm sure my colleagues, my beautiful colleagues here, they all learned something from you. We're taking away from your speech today. I promise you that I will not put my hand on my kippa. I will not.
Oh my God.
And they're smiling when they leave the room. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. You just made my day. That was funny. That was funny. Oh my word. All right.
Well,
Dave, that was I appreciate all of we're going through this and virtually, even with our technical challenges.
So good morning, everyone. All the way from the Windy City, Chicago. I just want to say great presentation, Mitch.
Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you. And you're definitely a woman as well.
Okay. And we have Brendan Johnson, who is ready right now.
Okay. Hi there.
In a white dress, by the way, it is beige.
Okay.
And my name is Brendan Johnson.
Nice to meet you.
I congratulate you in your very, very informative presentation.
Thank you.
Besides my profession as an attorney and sitting on the bench as a judge, I also have been doing courses free to the students at the university on negotiation, etc., etc.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things that I do enjoy, God has given me a nice smile when I want to smile. And also I like to actively listen to persons when they ask questions. And I think communication is such a wonderful part of human beings. So therefore, thank you so much for the additional information you shared with me. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. And I guess I'm colorblind because yes, it does look beige now, but I thought that was white in the beginning. Yeah. So thank you, Your Honor, for the nice comment.
Okay, Mitch.
Oh, it is beige. Yes.
So, we'll see you in February when we get that event going. I guess I'm going to be fine for that.
You got it. Guys, thank you very much. And I applause to you.
Okay. Thanks, Mitch. I've got a recording. I'll get it up.
As you can see from the slides of this presentation, Mitch Carson is no stranger to Grand Bahama Island. Separate and apart from events that Mitch Carson produced in tandem with my company Mackey Media Limited, Mitch Carson was also a presenter here to the Rotary Club of Grand Bahama at our first in-person meeting post-COVID. But did you know that Mitch Carson has trained over 600 speakers, authors, coaches, consultants, and CEOs reach their goals? Many have gone on to become keynote speakers in their native countries, authors and recognized experts, irrefutably. Mitch Carson has been published in 100+ newspapers in the United States, including the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post. He's been internationally covered in the Bahamas, Dubai, Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Spain, Holland, Portugal, Argentina, Peru, Germany, Egypt, Pakistan, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, and many, many more. What you are about to experience today is a crash course in public speaking, preparation, technology, and delivery, which is just a sample of what Mitch Carson will be presenting in person in 2024 when he returns to Grand Bahama Island.